Hi guys, it's Sarah Hacker, your Norwex Independent Consultant, and I'm here to talk to you about our fantastic mop system. It is amazing, I absolutely love it, and it's literally the most coveted item in the entire Norwex catalog. Everybody wants this mop, and I'm going to tell you why. So it was voted the #1 best mop for the environment this year by USA Today, and it was voted in the top 3 best mops overall too. So people are talking about this mop. People are using it and loving it. It comes in 3 different color scheme options. The first is the blue-green, which looks like this. The second is called Nordic Naturals, looks like this. And the third, the one that I don't have, is graphite and black. So you always have those 3 options when you're purchasing the mop. It comes in 2 different sizes, the large and then also the smaller mini mop. Okay, so that would be better for things like dorm rooms, apartments, campers, any kind of smaller spaces that you would want to mop. Now for most of your homes, mine included, you're going to want the large mop system. So that's what I have, and that's what I'm going to be demonstrating today. When you purchase the mop, the starter system automatically comes with 3 things. That's the telescopic handle and the base, which I'm going to show you on this one. It comes with the base that hooks right onto the bottom, and it's really skinny and it's flexible. So it's great for getting underneath low to the ground furniture and getting into some hard to reach places. And then lastly, it automatically comes with 2 of the mop pads. That's the dry and the wet mop pads. So all of those things come with the starter system when you purchase it, okay? Now the telescopic mop handle is going to adjust based on height. So it's very easy to adjust. It can go all the way down to about my waist, which is perfect for my 5-year-old. She loves to mop the house, and this is the perfect size for her. It makes it really easy. It also can adjust all the way up to about the top of my head. So for somebody who's a lot taller, it's great. So it's really wonderful for people of all different heights and sizes to use it easily. They say that the most comfortable place, and I agree with this, is to have the head of the mop somewhere between your nose and your chin is going to be the best. So I'm just going to lock it into place right there. And then I wanted to show you some of the attachments that you can use with it. The first one I already have clipped onto this mop. This is the rubber broom attachment. So this is great for carpeted areas. It could be for rugs, any rooms that have carpeted stairs, furniture, anything like that. But it's going to be fantastic for getting hair. So if you've got pets that shed a lot, it's going to pick up all that pet hair. I personally don't have any shedding pets at my house, but I do have 3 shedding humans. Myself and both my daughters, we all shed like crazy. So this has been great for our carpeted bedrooms and the big rug in our living room. So this part right here, it's got these bristles. You just scrape it right along the carpet, and I'm telling you, after like 1 swipe, it's going to be covered in hair. Then the other side of this, it's got a more flat edge there. That is a squeegee, so that's going to be great for any wet messes that you may have in your basement or your garage or anything like that. Okay, so the mop base, here's the base that came on my blue-green mop. It just pops right off, and you can pop this attachment right on very easily. So when I've got that on there, like I said, I'm just going to take it in a carpeted room and just kind of scrape it right along. After 1 or 2 swipes, it's going to be covered in hair, and I'll just kind of discard that into the trash and then keep going. So that's a great attachment that I've been really, really happy with. Okay, another attachment that is great for the mop is the Enviro wand. So this is the dusting helper. If you're dusting and you can't necessarily reach some higher places with your dusting mitt, then this wand is going to reach better for you. So like up the top of my curio cabinet or the top of any furniture, maybe around the tops of your windows or something like that. But the nice thing is that you can just pop this handle off of here, and this will also attach to your telescopic mop handle. So, I mean, I'm pretty tall, so I don't usually need that. But for somebody who's shorter, they really appreciate being able to attach this to that tall mop handle and be able to reach hard places. So that's a great one too. Okay, and then the last attachment that I want to show you is the spray mop attachment. So I already have this attached on this mop. This did not come with the mop. I bought this separately and I've already attached it on here just to show you. But it's for when you're using the wet mop pad, when you're wet mopping your floors. The options for getting the pad wet, originally when I first got this, I used to just take this pad under the sink and just sort of wet it down, like spray it down a little bit, and then I would just wring it out a little bit, plop it down, and mop the floor. But every so often I'd go back to the sink and have to get it a little more wet. So then I ended up getting the Forever spray bottle from Norwex, which is this. So they sell these Forever spray bottles, which are very, very nice. And I started using this to just kind of wet my mop pads. That way I could kind of have it near me. It was much more convenient. But then, even more recently, I ended up getting the spray mop attachment. So like I said, this clips onto your mop handle, and then you have this little reservoir that you just fill with water, just water only, and it slips right in here. And I'll demonstrate that in just a few minutes, how you use that to kind of keep your wet mop pad wet. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the pads before I demonstrate. So the dry mop pad is made of Norwex microfiber. It is statically charged, so it's gonna grab a hold of and trap and just keep hold of any kind of debris or dirt on your floor, okay? So it's gonna grab dust, dirt, crumbs, hair, anything like that. The two biggest culprits in my home are crumbs from my kids and then hair from those of us that shed. I mean, I shed like crazy, it's ridiculous. But my hair is always all over the floor. So when I use the dry mop pad, it literally picks up all of that just so easily. So when you get done mopping with it, you just brush all that stuff off into the trash, and then it's good to go, and you can use it over and over and over again between laundering it. So I'm gonna demonstrate that now. I'll go ahead and I'm just gonna plop it down on the floor. The base Velcros right onto it. You can just step on it to make sure it's attached, and then you just go for it. You start going throughout the room. I like to always keep the front edge in the front. I use the same edge to be in the front every time, just so I can keep everything ahead of me. You can kind of go in a figure 8 motion like this, which makes it really easy to hit all those areas. I don't know if you noticed how dirty my floor was, but I actually made a huge mess on here on purpose. I put a whole bunch of cracker crumbs all over the floor, and I emptied my hairbrush just so you could see what this mop is capable of. And I'm going to show you how it can kind of just go right under the furniture like that very easily. I'm going to go over here under the table, all over the place. Okay, so we're going to see what this picked up. Okay, so, ooh, can you see all that hair hanging from the mop pad, and then all these crumbs that are attached to it? That is pretty sick, but that's what was all over my floor, and it did a fantastic job of picking that all up, right? Easy. So now I have a trash can in here. I'm gonna pull my trash can over to show you that I take my rubber broom and I just take this mop pad over the trash and I brush it all into there. Just brushes right off. I'll flip it over to do the other half and brush that right off, okay? So the rubber broom is an ultimate game changer. I would not own my mop without this. I feel like it's a must-have, and I got it right away. So you can buy this actually with the mop. They can be purchased together, or you can purchase it separately. It's the rubber brush. You use it to clean off your mop pad. You also can use it to clean off that Enviro wand and even the dusting mitt. I use this all the time to kind of clean off my microfiber because it just like puts it right into the trash. So that's awesome. Another thing that I just want to show you really quickly is that if you put your base on a little bit off center, Put it all the way over to one side. See how this side is kind of flapping? I use this along my baseboards. So you can put it right along the edge of the floor, and this part here will just mop your baseboards as you go. I do that with the dry mop pad and the wet mop pad, so that's a secret little hint that I'll give you. So anyway, after you have brushed off all the dirt, you just peel the mop pad right off and tuck it away for next time. You can keep using it over and over again, okay? Now, the wet mop pad, my blue one, this one contains that backlock technology, okay? So since you're getting it wet and you're doing the dirty, greasy, grimy jobs with this one, when it's wet, when you're done using it, after you rinse it out and wring it out, you'll hang it to dry with this tag, and that backlock will go to work at self-purifying the mop pad. So this one too, you can use it multiple times before you need to launder it. I launder my mop pads with the rest of my microfiber maybe once every couple of weeks, okay? And it does a great job. It doesn't get stinky or anything like that because of the backlock. So with this mop pad, I'm just gonna plop it down, and I'm going to attach the Velcro base to it. And then I'll stick my water reservoir in here. And it just pops right in. And what you do with this, you'll just be mopping along. Anytime you want water, you just pull the handle up and push it down a time or two, and water just sprays out ahead of you. So that way you can kind of keep your path wet. So you just go along again in that, keeping the same edge in the front the whole time. I'll go over into the hallway a little bit. You can kind of do some of that figure 8, okay? If you ever need more water, just spray it a little bit more by pushing that handle down, and it just keeps you going. So that's super, super nice. Okay. Now, the biggest problem, my biggest complaint ever with cleaning my floors with chemical cleaners back in the day was that my floors always had this like nasty, cloudy appearance. It was weird. I don't know if any of you guys have had that happen to you, but no matter what kind of mop I was using, no matter what kind of chemical cleaner I used, my hardwood floors always looked cloudy, and I just didn't like it. So I was always dissatisfied with it. I hated mopping, and I thought my floors always looked even dirtier when I was done. That was that chemical residue being left behind. So now that I'm just using water and the microfiber, I mean, look at my floor. See how it's just nice and shiny, nice and clean. There's no white cloudiness anywhere. So it's amazing. I'm gonna take this mop pad and do the same thing with my rubber brush. Just gonna brush it off into the trash, both sides of it. I'll peel it off. And then, like I said, I would kind of rinse this out, kind of agitate it against itself under warm running water, wring it all out, and then just hang it by the tag to dry for next time, okay? So easy as that. I just want to quickly show you a couple of the other mop pads that I have that I really, really like too. This one's actually my favorite. This is the tile mop pad. I love this mop pad. This gets used more than anything in my house. So I use it on my tile in the kitchen and the bathrooms. It's a lot more textured, and it's got this like weave with it that kind of reaches down and grabs stuff even out of your grout. Okay, so the area underneath my kids' seats in the kitchen, we call that crumb row because they literally do not know how to eat their food over their plate. So the crumbs under my kids is insane after every single meal. And I just take this, I do one swipe under crumb row, wet or dry. I use it both ways, and it picks up everything, like everything. So I absolutely love this tile mop pad. And then another one is the window mop pad, which is really, really nice for cleaning your windows. If you can't reach the top of your windows with your window cloth, then you just stick your window mop pad onto the telescopic handle and base, and you can literally mop your windows and make them shine. You can also do this with your glass shower doors. I've used it on my shower doors too, and it's awesome. So this is a really nice, and it's a really smooth texture, just like the window cloth. So this is another good one. Okay, so many options, so many different mop pads and attachments that you can get with the mop, and I absolutely love mine. So I want to talk to you about 3 moptions, options for getting the mop, okay? Moption number 1 is to purchase it. I swear, I guarantee that if you buy this mop, you'll be completely satisfied. You will never ever buy another mop again, and you're gonna fall in love with it because it just makes cleaning so easy, so effortless, and you're just gonna be very satisfied with the results. So you can purchase it if you want to. If you really want the mop, but you feel like you can't afford it or you don't want to spend the money on it, option number 2 would be to host a party. Host an online party with me and you'll get the mop for free, okay? Because Norwex loves to give freebies to their party hosts. You will get some free items every month, whatever's listed on that month's host rewards. There's all kinds of things that you'll get for free. Sometimes the mop is listed on that. Like, so certain months, we call mop month, you can get the mop for free that way. But either way, every month, you also earn money based on what sells during your party. So along with all of those items that you get off of Norwex's list for free, you also earn that spending money, and that you can use toward the mop, okay? So I hosted multiple parties before I ever became a consultant, and the very first party that I hosted, I used my spending money to get the mop, and I got it for free, and it was so easy, and I've loved it ever since. Okay, option number 3 is if you see what I'm doing and you like it, and you realize that it's easy and you want to do it too, you can sign up with Norwex as a consultant. And just for signing up, you will get the mop starter system as part of your sign-on starter package, okay? Along with all kinds of other things. But Norwex is very generous to its party hosts and its consultants. They want you to have the products. They want you to love the products, okay? So you can either buy the mop, you can host a party and get it for free, or you can sign up with Norwex and get it for free. Any questions for me, please let me know. I would love to answer any of your questions. If you already have the mop and you love it, let us know why. We'd love to know why you love it.